Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Backpack Trader Training Room for Thursday, July 14th. Please take note of the required risk disclosure. This room is for educational and information purposes only. It is not to be considered financial advice. Results presented are hypothetical and not necessarily typical. And there is substantial risk of loss trading futures, forex, equities, options, and crypto. You should carefully consider if these are suitable for your circumstances, meaning don't undertake this kind of trading with capital you can't afford to lose. Good morning, Miles. Please do say hello in the chat so I know who's here. That's the only way I know who I'm talking to other than just myself. All right. YM is in a long trade that is a valid get in sync. That'll be possibly a get in sync trade for our start time in about 2.5 minutes. Not a good morning. Looks like we've got a downtrending morning on crude, and we're getting long trades off the OSOB, and unfortunately they're not being successful. So first possible trade is this one at 9. First one is this beautiful short that happens right at start time. Unfortunately, 2 seconds in, we're already 4 seconds in, we're already at money management. So that one's absolutely not tradable. So then we get this long trade. The trade sets up at 94.46, which is right on the 20 SMA. I would definitely push it 2 ticks to 48, which would still have you ticked into in. Given the key level at 94.50 there, that's within our major key level area. So possibility to take it to 51. That's a 5-tick adjustment. I don't like it, but given that you have the 50 pinching down to the 200, you're on the 20. I would go ahead and make that 5-tick adjustment and stay out of that trade. It does turn into a full loss if you're in it, if you take it. So then we have another long trade, 94.12. That one, plenty of time to get in. That goes for a full loss. That's either 1 or 2. If it's 2, you should stand down. Third trade is another long. Again, plenty of time to get in. And that is loss number 2, assuming you avoided the early long. So that definitely ends the session. Next trade is a target 2 winner, missing target 3 by 1 tick, but we would not be taking those, especially not a long trade there. I certainly wouldn't take another long trade after just losing 3 in a row. Although the fourth reversal attempt is much higher odds than previous, but it gives you targets 2 and target 3, but it's not a big trade, just 14 and 19 ticks. Losing session for the 9 a.m. Markets just opened. We have a new long trade there at 62. And yeah, you're in the long trade at 62. So let's keep an eye on that. See if we've got the same situation we had on crude, and it looks like we might. It looks like we're going into consolidation, but it looks like it just gave us a full stop out. Soybeans, yeah, too fast to catch the short there. The long, nope, that hit money management before coming back to hit the entry. So that second trade is a no-go. Third trade, plenty of time to get in, hitting all three targets now on soybeans. And trailing targets of 8, 13, and 18, 31, 39 ticks, 9 3/4 points on the targets. Almost $487 on targets for a single contract each. Stop now at 1321 from our entry at 1325. So that's four points. Now, yeah, 1321 for our entry, or for our stop now, 1320.5 for the stop. YM with another long trade that did hit target one. I was watching soybeans and didn't see that one happen, but it looks like lots of time to get into it. It does come up and hit target one. 26 ticks for target. Looks like entry at 46. Stop at 49. So 3 ticks on the trailer. 29 ticks. What was our loss on the prior long? That prior one was a pretty good sized trade. Yeah. 78. So we're 49 ticks in the hole at the moment on the YM. We did stop out at 20.5 on soybeans. That's a one and done session, netting 14.25 points. So $712.50 for a single contract at each position. All right, then another long on the YM, same 246 entry. This one's a little bit bigger. – 33 tick target. And the Russell, fairly active this morning. 2 seconds, 4 seconds, 5 seconds. 7 seconds. And that hit money management. Unlikely that's a tradable trade. Highly unlikely. 3108, 2 seconds. Still 2 seconds. 3 seconds. Still 3 seconds. That one's also too fast to trade, even though first was a break even. That one hit target 3 and got a minimal trailer, but too fast to trade. I suspect that's a spike through and come back. Most likely avoidable. Now, almost a minute to get into that trade, so it's valid. And that's going to be just a break even, 1 tick. So a couple of ticks there on a break even. The YM taking a second full loss there. Another 78 tick loss. A little bit out of sync this morning on both crude and the YM. 2 losses, 1 win. 2 full losses, 1 win on the longs. The morning, it's been a pretty steady decline since this strong down move, 6:30 this morning, and just kind of slow drift down with one fairly recent strong move, very recent strong move, as a matter of fact. Okay, Russell gets no. We got the break even short, no trigger on the long. And we've got another short that gives us plenty of time to get in. There's target 3. And it is trailing, and that's the current trade. Soybeans 1 and done. We looked at crude. While we're trailing this Russell trade, let's take a look at unleaded gas. We've got our first trade. We get the long here. That one I don't see a good way of getting around. But it spikes up through and back. We've got 27 seconds to get into it. So and then it comes up, gives us another entry. So definitely in that. Entry at 1666. So we get a stop and reverse to go short at that's going to be at 36. So if 32 would be our entry to go short. Lots of time to get into that. Gets to target 1. If you're trading target 1, you pick up 19 ticks. And let's see, our loss was 66 down to 32. So 34. 34, so 68 ticks. Pick up 19, so we're still needing another trade. And then we get a stop out at 33, or actually 31 for a single tick. So we get 20 ticks. So we're down 64. We're down 44. We can get another long trade that is a 52 tick risk and is a full stop. That's 104 on top of our 44 is 148 down. We get a quick short, 9 seconds to well up above. That one's likely not tradable or at least avoidable. And we have a long trade, 20-second bar. Okay, we're probably in that one, and another full loss. This is a morning I would stand aside, and that's the third losing trade, second full loss. But if you don't stand aside, makes a liar out of me every time when I do that. If I follow the six trade plan, that was 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 5. Getting target 1 of 38 ticks. And then 76 to 82. 6 ticks on the trailer. 44. So we're still down 104 with only one trade to go. And we finally get a long trade that goes to target 1. So 6 ticks, 49 tick target 1 this time. That brings us to 55. And we pick up 41 for the stop. And I would probably have adjusted that around the SMA entry. Yeah, I would adjust that to 79. That's a 4-tick adjustment. So we only pick up 45. So we're 59, 79 to 41 is 38. So we're down 21 on the day after 6 trades. Trending day, and we're getting a lot of long trade. Down trending day, and we're getting long trades. That makes it tough. Okay, go back where we were here. Yeah, that was our no. So yeah, this was the trade that we were originally following. Nice targets 3 and 4, and trailing down just short of target 4. Solid win after one break even. Most likely an avoidable short here. Well, I don't know. 9 seconds of the first bar. Yeah, you're in that one. That one's going to be a full loss. And waiting for the next trade. So let's go back and look at the micro NQ starting at 34 minutes after the hour. 8:30 exchange time is 8:34. It's 9:34 on my charts. That's too early, so we don't get that, pick up that trade. 9:34.26. We get 1, still 1, 2, 3 seconds. Didn't get far enough to trigger break money management, and you're probably in that trade if you take it on the pullback. Stop and reverse at 93.75, and you definitely get back into that. You notice it pulls back here. Got a little tiny wick that indicates a pullback. Now, did you take the full loss? 1 second, 3 seconds. Yeah, you took the full loss on the long. And then you come back and get in sync with the short. And that goes for a full loss. So that's 2 losses in a row. Yep. 2 full stops in a row. You get a long 8 second. Yeah, you're probably in that. That's 3 straight full losses, and that is a session ender. Step aside and let it go for tomorrow. So let's go back to the Russell, and we get a long. Yeah, we said the short was a full loss. The long trade, 3 seconds, 5. There's a 10-second bar. You very well may have a pullback in there to get in. If so, you pick up a win with a small trailer. You get your scalp target at target 3. We come back for a short with lots of 16 seconds on that one to get in. So we're definitely in that trade. All right, while we watch that one, and full stop out. So 1 win, 2 losses. I'm going to assume this was a win. It may have been no trade, but 2 losses either way. We can take 1 more loss. Quick look down at the pound Aussie. First trade at 843 is a long. Hits money management. Target 2 is our first actionable target above the 12 tick money management level. So we pick up 15 ticks there times 2 positions, or 15 pips. Don't get to target 3. Come back for 1 pip on the trailer. That actually is probably going to be a loss of about 4 pips because you have your 2 pip spread adjustment on the entry. But a one and done session nonetheless. Small wins add up. All right, in the long trade on the Russell. Lots of time to get in that. The question is, where is it going to go from here? Yeah, welcome to everybody joining in. And nobody talking to me again this morning. This is getting to be a habit. Troy should be back in on Monday. Yeah, it's been a month since we had Troy in on Monday. All right. Full stop out on the long. That's the 3rd loss. So we're not taking this short. So tough times on everything. A lot of things anyway. Soybeans did well. Pound Aussie did well. The YM had a tough time. Well, looks like a couple of winning trades after we got a target 1 on the short side and a partial on the trailer. Then we get a long that goes target 1, target 2, trailing up, and we now have another long that hits target 1. So some success on the YM after a difficult start. Just a difficult morning session. This is that's what losing sessions look like, and they will happen. All right, 10 o'clock crude session in about 9 minutes. We got some time. Let's take a look at see if heating oil did any better for us this morning. That's traded out of New York, so that's a 9:30 start. We start trading that with the open. 10 seconds in. We got 5 seconds to money management. Oh, we've got 5 seconds to we hit money management and pull back above the entry in 5 seconds. So that's definitely a no trade. No trigger on the long or the short. Spike to the long, I would say 2 seconds. Yeah, that's not tradable. Short with plenty of time, then triggers in target 3 and nice little trailer, not big, but a solid little trailer between targets 2 and 3 for win number 1. No trigger on the long. That long touches the entry and pulls back. I'm going to say that is likely not tradable. Hopefully not. We'll take it as a full loss anyway, but I suspect it's probably avoidable. 6. Possible. Yeah, it's 49 seconds on the next bar with a pullback below. You should be in that trade. Target 3 and 4, and this is it. This is the trade of the morning. Entry was at 55.78. We're now more than 300 ticks in this trailer. 400 ticks. Yeah, there we go. So we got to 51.52 from 55.78. So 426 ticks at $4.20 a tick. $1,600 trade. Take it and go away. That is a POQ trade. Do not give it back. That's $1,600 per contract at minimum. You're talking about 420 times 426. Let's see what that is. I'm curious. $1,789.20 plus your target 3, which is going to add a little bit to it. So that's very close to a $2,000 trade on two contracts, two positions. That would be our shining star in all of them this morning. And the Russell's getting noisy. That was loss number 2. That's loss number 3, and that ends the session on the Russells. So, yeah, Russell just getting noisy. YM's actually starting to make some headway. So soybeans, pound Aussie, and heating oil being our stars this morning. Under 3 minutes to the crude session. We'll take a look at that, and then we'll call it a morning. Let's see. Nothing. 8:35 start time, so they're start after that bar. No trades to work with so far. Yeah, stopping out on that bar of the prior short. So no trades. We've got a short trade in the offering. Looks like 37.30.25. Yeah, but that's pulled back considerably, but we haven't gotten a crossover, so the trade is still valid. But it's actually, yeah, if this bar closes without triggering, we are out of our trade window at 10 o'clock or at 9 o'clock Central. 8:35 to 9 o'clock is the session on the Micro ES Catapult 5-minute chart. That's because it's still looking at the trades that we were looking at earlier. Got to bring it out to where we are now. So that's where crude is now. And we've got just under a minute to go. Potential get in sync short. And there's a long. Money management, I think, is in. Yeah, money management is right at the stop on the short. So that's a valid get in sync. So that is a get in sync for our first trade. It just stopped out. First trade is a short. And there's the short triggering in. Looks like it's going to go to money. There's money management and target 1. That'll be one and done POQ. 21 ticks to target 1. Let's see if we can get target 2. Stop at 91.72. And we're in. Let's see what our trading range is. Has we gotten below 90 today? We got into 90.56 is our session low. Oh, who would have guessed that we would have been at $90 a barrel a week ago? And there's target 2. So that finishes the based on the two fixed target trade plan, 21 and 53 ticks. So a nice recovery session on 10 o'clock session. And going past target 4. Trailer at 91.51, it looks like. If anybody's trailing that one. And stopping out at 91.43. Questions or comments this morning? All right, folks. Now that about does it for today. Any questions? Yeah, YM definitely sucked today. Not a bunch of charts sucked today. YM was difficult. The 9 a.m. crude session was difficult. The 9 a.m. start for Spotlight unleaded was tough. Micro NQ on the catapult Renko bars, it was a difficult day all around. We had a few bright spots. The heating oil trade was amazing. I don't. Did you see me mark up show that heating oil trade, Andrew? 400 426 point or 426 tick trailer. Yeah. All right, folks. 30 minutes and we're through everything. So okay, the that short trade on the micro ES, did it? Nope. Didn't trigger in before the 10 o'clock bar closed. Trigger in after 10 o'clock. So that's not in that trade. Tough morning on a lot of things. All right, I have an appointment coming up this morning as well. So unless there are questions, I am going to call it a morning. And Troy will be in Monday. Should be, at least as far as I know at this point, a regular schedule next week. It was a regular schedule this week, but just all me. But Troy will be back next week. We should be on our normal schedule. Troy on Monday and Wednesday with regular Wednesday and session and crude oil, and I'll be in Tuesday and Thursday. So we will see everybody next week. One note: watch out on your energies for volume rolling over tomorrow. Certainly would expect things to roll over on Monday, if not tomorrow. I did look this morning, and volumes were still on the August contract, but I would expect we'll be on the September contract either tomorrow or Monday. Everyone have a good weekend. Thank you, Miles. You do too.